am so ready just to hang and chat and giggle and maybe even drink a little bit of this. You ever have this Grolsch beer with the ceramic top thing? See it?
Yes, but normally it was medicine came out of it for me.
What the hell were you drinking that medicine would come out of it for you?
I don't know. My grandma used to give it to me when I was a kid. So maybe she was just getting me drunk as a kid until I pass out.
Then it wasn't Grolsch beer; it was something else.
Or it was that my grandma was getting me drunk.
Paranormal Reality TV says. Now, I'm if I chat, I'm Paranormal Reality TV, so I'm not sure who's saying that. Must be Rebecca. I sent you the code, Rebecca.
The code. It's the code. The super secret code. You have to put the special glasses on.
Because doing
and then
the link
you do the little diagram.
You talk
what was the thing that
you talk about the code and stuff while I do this.
Rebecca, you got to get the ring from Ovaltine. You do this thing and it gives you the right code.
That's right.
And that's how you get in. That's how I got in. That's right. And then I drank my Ovaltine. Yeah. So what are we? So basically, what we're doing tonight, guys, is we're just we all live so far apart from each other that we're jonesing for the investigation that's coming up next week, and we just want to get back on the channels and let you guys know that next week we're going to do our live stream of a super secret location that we'll tell you at the time that we're there about 2 minutes before we go live. You'll find out. Anyway, so we're just gonna run our mouths tonight and talk about what we're doing, and whatever you guys ask in chat, we'll answer. Whatever comes to our head, we're gonna talk about. I do want to talk about equipment and why we use equipment and what we're looking for when we're investigating. And Rebecca obviously has a very different way of investigating than I do versus JV. So it'll be, so that basically that y'all, the audience, you'll understand us as investigators and where we're coming from and why we do what we do. It's kind of the point of just running our mouths tonight. And it's also just, it's Saturday night and I'm old and I don't go out anymore because, as soon as it turns 9 p.m., I want to go to bed.
I know you do. How are you going to make that switch back to investigating? Ooh. Now, granted, one of the things about the way we did, at least the way we've done it so far, and we've only done one of these investigations so far, but we started at it was
dark.
No, it was 9 o'clock. So it was 8 o'clock where we were in Central Time, 8 o'clock p.m. But of course, in the winter, you can get away with that because it's dark. A lot of people say, "Well, why do you have to do it in the dark?" Well, there's a couple things just that I always point out. One is you're more apt to see light anomalies in the dark. You can't see during the day. And the other thing is that it's just quieter generally. It's just quieter in the building. Yep. It's quieter outside. You tend to have a little more luck with not getting that extraneous noise. Not always, but sometimes you do. So that's why nighttime. Plus, it's a little spookier. It's a little more fun to do it, especially when people are watching.
And JV doesn't know when I grab his ass in the dark. So there's that.
I always know when you do that. I always know. You think you're getting away with it.
I was going to go to a level, but I checked up because this is the wrong show.
Don't do it.
So
just because I am trying to drink a beer. A Grolsch.
Yes.
Oh, she's yelling. She's mad.
Did she make it?
Let me see.
Make it?
She's not happy.
Uh-oh.
Rick! There she is. What's going on there, Rebecca Foster? What is happening?
Seriously. Okay, nothing came through. So I'm like...
Well, you're here now.
I was struggling, man. I'm like, why can't I type this?
Did you get the link
because
that
you're
I
probably
emailed?
drinking the same thing JV is.
Yeah.
Really, am I the only one that's sober here? I mean, listen, this is a completely different show.
See
if
this
you guys
beer?
are consuming alcohol and I'm not.
See this? This is the only beer I've opened, and I've had that much. So I don't think
well,
that's
you're the
enough
to
only
get me
one
tipsy
yet.
nowadays.
Well, yeah.
Look at my hair.
Yeah,
okay, you guys,
hold on, let's take
please give me a break. I have been outside working all night long. So the pool that we put in several years ago, I look like the wrath of God. I understand that, but we put in this pool several years ago, and little did we realize that the channel of water that flowed through the backyards was very highly interrupted by putting the pool in. So all of a sudden we had this major flooding before and after the pool. So I said, next year I'm going to figure this out. So it was so beautiful out today. I actually think my son got, like, my face got a little sunburn. But I was out there moving rock, and it was exhausting. And then I was like, wait, I haven't gotten a link to get on, and nothing was working right, including my fingers are numb from moving rock. So, and then on top of it, I tried a new wine. So,
oh man, what a night!
See, I am the only sober one tonight. This is way wrong. Way wrong.
So if
I wasn't locked in my studio, I would go get something.
Yeah, if you're just jumping on here trying to figure out what the heck is going on, we decided tonight just to come on and just chat. We'll chat with you, with folks who are in our chat room. We'll chat with each other. We'll talk about whatever. But the most important thing that we can get out of tonight, if we have to ask you to do something for us, will be go to one of the channels that you see on the screen right now, either the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel or both. It's always good to have a backup. And follow and subscribe to those channels, because that's where we're going to be doing the live investigations. And we've got one coming up very, very soon that we're all very excited about. So
next week.
Yeah. So go to one of those channels, especially if you're on Facebook. I know a lot of folks are already watching on those channels, and thank you for being there already. But we're also doing this on Facebook, I think. I don't know if anybody's checked it, but I think it's on Facebook.
Yeah, my channel we're live on.
Okay, cool.
I can see us on.
All right, good. So if you're on Facebook, the live investigations will not be there. So jump over to Twitch and or YouTube and follow the channels there. You can follow on Twitch at no fee. It's like, following anywhere else on any other social media. Just hit follow. On Twitch, you can subscribe as well, which we appreciate because it helps fund our investigations. And then on YouTube, you can subscribe for no fee. We don't have a subscription for fee routine on YouTube yet. We're working on that, but you can super chat there for us if you want to help support the efforts as well. That's fun. Mm-hmm. Makes your questions jump to the top of the page. We see them, we can address them, and we thank you for doing that in advance. So again, Twitch, it's Paranormal Reality TV on Twitch, and if you go to YouTube, it's at Paranormal Reality TV. Now I'm out of breath.
Is the website not up? Because you can also go to paranormalrealitytv.com, paranormalrealitytv.com, and both hyperlinks are there for YouTube and Twitch, whichever pick your poison or do both. We like both.
Yep.
And we are excited. So one of the things I really wanted to talk about, because I get a lot of questions about why do I use equipment versus what Rebecca does as a medium psychic. She doesn't have to use equipment. And the reality is the equipment helps solidify, helps substantiate. I think that's the right word. Substantiate whatever Rebecca or I or JV. When you're having a personal experience, if you can get the equipment to go off at the same time.
I'm having a personal experience with you right now.
I have. Hey, I'm telling you, as soon as it goes dark, I'm grabbing your ass, JV. So stop. Don't you be. Don't go there. But equipment is great because it helps substantiate the human experience, the personal experience, and that's why I love it. Until we have Neuralink from Elon Musk, we have no way of downloading, unfettered from our human brain what we experienced. And the next best thing is to have a bunch of equipment, which is why Rebecca bought about 5,000 pieces of equipment over the last couple of weeks. I think her Amazon UPS. Well, I don't know. Is your Amazon and UPS man hot? I mean, is it worth it having them come like 4 times a day?
I don't even see them. Literally, they run. They drop it off at the door and then they run. Like they must think I'm a crazy person. So they drop it off and run. Yes,
that could be true. They're looking at all this weird stuff coming in. They're like, "Oh boy, I'm out of here. I don't want to get cursed." Yeah.
Nice. They're very nice, though. They're very discreet in the packaging, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
Ooh, like other things we order. Anyway, so and if you have any questions about equipment, please feel free to put it in any of the chats. I'm only watching one chat because I'm not very talented at this. Now, JV, on the other hand, has probably 28 monitors in front of him because he is a professional broadcaster.
Can I make a confession here? Can I make a confession here? I have 2 monitors. Well, I have a third monitor over here that's connected to something else, but I've got 2 monitors in front of me because I'm in this temporary studio right now because of my radon gas issue. And my style is a little cramped here, because I can't. It's hard to watch all of the chats given the fact that I only have these 2 monitors. So, Britt, you called attention to it. I had to be honest about it, but I am trying to watch everything. And I do want to thank everybody who's joined us so far. A lot of people here. And if you're on Facebook, again, remember, go to YouTube and or Twitch and follow there, because the live investigations won't be on Facebook. And I know a lot of folks are on Facebook now, so thanks.
JV, so doesn't Beano help the radon gas problem?
That's a different gas problem, and clearly you're familiar with it. No, radon gas is a radioactive gas that comes up from the ground, and my studio's in the basement. There's a mitigation system in there. Yeah, it is, and there's a mitigation system in there, and that's been working fine. And for some reason, it's the numbers are elevated, so I'm waiting to have it taken care of before I go back down there. Yeah, it's the second leading cause of cancer.
Amy didn't hide the numbers for what? Really?
Radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
It is really
bad. I think every house in Iowa has it.
Yeah. There are parts of the country that have none of it, and then there are parts of the country where it's really a problem. And the Northeast is one. You're saying Iowa is too, Rebecca? So
Iowa's bad. You know what? Every house in Iowa, I think they have what is called a beaver system, where yes, it's called a beaver system. It's the first place I ever heard about it. But they have these it's like a triangular system that goes in around the base. I don't even know. It's for both leakage and for radon and for all this other stuff. It's really bad. Iowa, for whatever, has some funky foundations. So yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you think that radon gas could affect the human body in a way that they kind of hallucinate and see, or does it just give you cancer?
Yes.
What happens is when you inhale it, even in small quantities, the radioactive particles stick to the interior of your lungs, and over time it can cause damage and turn into cancer. So that's what that's about. But I don't want to depress everybody with this. Let's not talk about radon gas anymore. I just wanted to point out that's why I'm here in the temporary studio. I do want to
Gotcha.
I do want to thank a bunch of people because, and I probably haven't gotten everybody, but I noticed we had a whole bunch of people subscribe to our Twitch channel in between our last broadcast, probably while Rebecca was doing her readings or sometime along there. And I wanted to thank you, and hopefully I got everybody. But TJ Wilkie, thanks for the 1 month subscription. Blue Topaz 62, thanks for the Prime account subscription. By the way, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. It's really easy to do that. Terry S525, thank you for the Prime subscription. Disastrous Little Me, thank you for the 3 month subscription. Mama Twee, I think, 6 month subscription. Thank you so much for that. LJT.
Wait, who did the 3 months?
3 months was Disastrous Little Me. 6 month was Mama Twee.
Mama Twee and Disastrous. And the reason I said that was because as soon as you said 3 month, I went, ooh, and I tuned into that person really quickly. So I just want to stop at that person you said the 3 month for, because I want to tell them that right now they need to be very careful about their financial expenditures, because they have something that's going to come up very quickly where they're going to want their funds in the bank, and to make sure that they are not frivolously spending just what they think they want right now, because what they need is coming up. And I don't know, it caught me as you said that name.
Okay. LJT711, thank you for the 3 months. Randall Flag the 13th, thank you for the Prime subscription. And GG Beauty Inc. or CG Beauty Inc., thank you for the 6 month subscription. You guys are awesome, and I'm sure I've missed some here. I tried to get them all. But if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe on Twitch at no fee. You just link the account, but you've got to renew it every month. It only lasts for a month, then you jump back on and just do it again.
And they want that subscription. Not only does it help us to make sure that we're producing the show, because this is ultimately coming out of everyone's pockets, especially yours, JV, because you're producing it all. But it helps to make sure that we're able to go to where they want us to go and when they want us to go. And the more that we have the funds, the more that we're able to do that. And I want to be, very clear on the fact that I'm thankful that the three of us have the ability to really be able to start this project off without asking for a lot of financial help. And I think that we're very blessed on that level. But seriously, it wouldn't have happened, though, JV, without you starting the, yes, let's do this, So I want to point that out to everybody as well.
Well, thanks. But we have all been talking about this or a version of this for quite some time. We've wanted to do it. COVID got in the way for a while, which made everything a bit of a hassle.
God. Remember right before COVID hit, how we were like really, right after we did that little adventure into Atlantic City, we were like, we got to do this. And then COVID hit and it shut everything down.
Everything.
It's like the world stopped.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It literally did. Hey, Tina, welcome to the program. See you on Facebook. Make sure you jump to Twitch or YouTube and subscribe at one of those places. By the way, if you can't figure out how to get there, the website's the easiest way, paranormalreality.tv.com, and then there are links there that you can click on and get right to either Twitch and or YouTube and follow and subscribe.
So, JV, can you give us a little teaser of what we're about to investigate? Just a little.
Well, I have
just a tip.
Yeah,
that's it.
Just the tip.
Just the tip paranormal. That's her. Yeah. So I actually let the cat out of the bag. If anybody was watching my interview on Tuesday with, Lori Kelly Bailey, who was the filmmaker, and she made a film about a true crime story, a murderer by the name of Eva Koo. Great name. And it happened locally here where I live. We're actually where I grew up was about a half hour from here. It's an amazing story. We had a great time talking about it. And in the movie, the location that we are about to investigate was used as the setting for Eva Koo's house. Because she was an entertainer. She had parties. She had a speakeasy, and this place was used as the setting for that. So I mentioned. I don't know. Do you think we should just mention it? I don't know, Rebecca. You're skeptical about. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I won't say it again.
So.
I won't say it again, but I will say this. This house.
I cannot have all my millions of fans showing up.
Right.
You can't. That's right. You can't.
You can't.
This place.
No one even remembers my name.
Was built as a private.
Yeah, believe me, they do.
This place was built as a private residence. It was expanded over the years because it was purchased by a very, very prominent citizen. And then after that citizen died, it was sold to the Masons, and the Masons turned it into their local meeting place, their temple. I guess they call them Masonic temples.
Okay, I am an Eastern Star member, okay? Freemason my entire life with my family. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That's pretty cool. That'll give us a connection there because I am not
can't
a Mason.
Wait!
Yeah, I'm not a Mason.
Oh,
Britt, I don't
God.
think you're not a Mason, are you? Although you
no,
can
but
do some
I build
stonework.
I build masonry stuff. I might as well be.
Yeah. So we're excited to go to this place, and there's some really cool stories that we'll relay to you down the road. Caretakers have died mysteriously in this building. The man who yes yes you in the front row.
It just made me realize I need to bring my Freemason booklet, like my secret booklet from the Eastern Star, from all of the rituals and everything. I need to bring this with us because there's a lot of stuff in there as far as prayer goes, because people think that it's all this black magic garbage, but it's really not. It has a lot to do with the Eastern Star, which is the Christmas star, which is religion. And although I did grow up in the Masonic temples with my family, that's, I think, where a lot of this has started, but I do have the booklets that are all secret. I do have them. I should bring them with.
Are we allowed to show those on camera?
I don't think so, Papa. Bring it with.
Okay. We'll cover it with a piece of paper.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
Because we don't want you to get kicked out.
I don't. No, we don't want that.
So Kelsey says that she was a star member too. Lala says I was a rainbow for the Eastern Stars. I'm not sure what that is, but that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one of the neat stories about this place too is that the owner, the very prominent citizen who was an owner, his son turned out to be an actually Howard Hughes type person. I think this man
crazy.
Well, a little, but was also a genius and created many companies. And at one point, I believe this person was the richest man in the country, and he wanted nothing to do with this house once his father died. And the reason he didn't want anything to do with this house, I guess he was a very sickly individual as a kid, And when World War, and I might be mixing up the stories, but from what I remember of it, when World War I came around, he did not enlist, and somebody wrote or painted on the sidewalk in front of the house, "Go away, slacker," or something like that, but gave him a hard time. So he wanted nothing to do with when he finally left the town that this place is in. He wanted nothing to do with it. So
are we staying in the house, or are we staying at a hotel?
Yeah, no, we're staying in hotels. But
okay.
JV's a pillow snob, so you know.
What is he?
I know. He's like, I need my sleep, or I'm not going to be able to deal with any of you tomorrow.
It's true.
Yeah,
even my sleep, and he has trouble.
Yes. I do have a question though, JV. So this place has this place ever been investigated by an organized team?
No, it has
not. But there
are
are stories from the Masons of weird stuff happening.
That's right. Yeah, there's a bunch of stories. There's stories from the Masons, and then there's stories from the community. Community members have seen things in the house. The thing is, this place is, because it's a Masonic temple, it's only used when the Masons meet. So it's empty much of the time. But when it's empty and you see somebody peeking out of the window that shouldn't be there, that's a little creepy, and that's happened. Things like that. So, and community members have told those stories.
Okay, I have to butt in again. Okay, I have to butt in. When I was little, tiny, I grew up in south of Chicago. My grandfather belonged to the Masonic Temple in Blue Island, Illinois. This huge building. Part of it was the secret entrance through the florist, which is Bartle's Florals. We would sneak in through there and go through this, like, what looked like a stage to get into part of the building. And then there was this dude that was a sentry at the front entrance, and he had this little tiny apartment office, and he'd come out every time we were there and he'd be like, "Who are you? Who goes there?" And he was smoking a cigar. He was like 100 years old. And then we go up these marble stairs. My mother had no idea this was happening. To this day, she did not know this was going on. He would take me to the meetings. And then he'd go into his meeting, and then he would shut the door, and the sentry would stand outside the door, and I would be this little girl, 4, 5, 6, hanging out in this dark. It still haunts me in my dreams, in this Masonic temple, and I had to play by myself in this building for the hour or two that these guys had their meetings. And I remember barging in a couple of times and be like, "You're not belonging here." And they had their little doodad hats on and stuff. You're like, "You can't come in here." I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do." And I played in this haunted Masonic temple. And that's exactly what things used to peek out, and I'll never forget it. My mom's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you." I'm like, "It happened all the time, Mom."
Come on, Mom, pay attention. This kind of explains a lot about you now. I think we just found a root cause of.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I'll be quiet now, but I had to share that.
That's pretty cool. I do want to thank the anonymous gifter who has now on a couple of occasions gifted a sub to one of our chatters. Whoever the anonymous gifter is, thank you so much for doing that. It's very much appreciated. It's nice of them to do that.
They got a submarine or a sandwich?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're giving subs away. I was reading that. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
I want one of those.
So Tally was asking about cool emotes that we need to have. We've got a couple in there, but we're going to be adding to that. We've got one of Vax going, all scared like. That's pretty funny. Is Scotty's butt still in there? Is Scotty's butt still a one?
I think it's pending approval.
It's still pending approval? What the heck?
Because there's people that are like, "I don't know if that's good, if that's going to offend people." It's just a butt.
It's just Scotty's butt. Come on.
It's just a butt. I mean, if he had a skid mark, I'd understand it being not acceptable, but it doesn't even have that.
No, it's
just a butt.
It's shaking.
It's very simple.
I wish I could show it to everybody. It's still under approval. I'm looking right now. It's pending approval. Like, what takes so long to
usually
approve?
It's pretty quick, so I don't know. There must be a glitch in it in some way.
It's a pending.
So what are some of the cool things we're going to try out on this investigation?
Well, let's talk about that. We have a bunch of new equipment, which we're really excited about. We're definitely going to do an Estes Method Spirit Box session. I don't know who. We had Rob as our guinea pig at the last investigation. Rebecca, who are we going to stick in? Is she frozen, or is she just holding very still?
She's very still. And it's fine. Not a
your video's
It's
frozen.
not a guinea pig. It's the sacrifice.
The sacrifice.
I switched.
Always to
That's
be known
why.
as the sacrifice.
Okay. So who are we gonna make as the sacrifice? And we know that Rebecca will be the one asking questions, like we did last time.
I think we take James since he's
no, he
the
won't
one
do that. That won't happen. That is not going to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. We could try Tyler. Put a young kid in there this time instead of an old guy. Mm-hmm. Although, how's he going to film himself?
Where are we talking?
Camera guy's what I'm talking about.
Well, wherever we decide to do an Estes Method Spirit Box session.
I'll go do it.
No, but you're going to be asking the questions.
You have to ask the questions.
Because I'll be remote viewing.
Oh my god! Yeah, you can't do it because you're gonna ask the questions and know the answer before it happens. So that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So Britt, we'll stick you somewhere. We'll do it with you. Because seriously, all right. Because JV, how far along is the editing from the last thing to show people what happened in that moment was so amazing?
It's pretty close to being finished, and probably I would say before our investigation next week, it'll be done.
It was the coolest thing. Okay, so let me just explain. First off, I remote view shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I remote view stuff. You can say that.
That's okay. We're adults here.
So basically, whoever is in this position of the Estes method, which is blindfolded, headphones, and then an SB7, which is it cyclically goes through different things, and then the energies learn what to be able to influence and pull from the verbiage in that system. So the person who has the headphones on cannot hear anything. So then I am remotely viewing and standing in front of them and asking the energies around them to answer the questions through this SB7 and headphones. So the person can't hear it. And the coolest thing, I mean, literally, I cannot wait for viewers to see this episode of what happened with Rob and I when we stuck him in the basement, because it was the coolest. Vax and I were just like, oh my God, that was perfect. So I think we need to stick you, Britt. We need to put you somewhere because you're fearless. We need to put you somewhere where you're not.
A good time.
Huh?
Don't threaten me with a good time. Yeah.
So
we're the one on Ghostbusters that they would send off by themselves,
and a gag ball.
Literally by myself. Perfect! I'm down.
We have a gag ball for you as well, so you might not be able to clarify what they're talking about.
I want to ask you something about how we conduct the Estes Method Spirit Box session in a second. But first, I want to thank Love Shack for the cheer. Cheers are like Love tips. Shack. In Twitch. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Love Shack.
And TJ Wilkie 73 gave out 2 gift subs. Thank you for doing that. It's very, very generous and very, very kind of you. We appreciate that very, very much. So, Rebecca, the whole idea of using an Estes method versus a normal Spirit Box session is that it's supposed to eliminate the bias that the person listening to the device might have, because if it's the same person that's asking the questions, they may interpret things in a way they want to, even if they're doing it, unintentionally.
Correct, and that's exactly what I think.
I have a specific question here. So when we do this, one of the things that I was concerned with, and tell me how you deal with this, is that as the person asking the question in the session that we did at Rock Island YMCA, you know what to ask. How does that affect the whole session? Do you think that's a form of bias in itself, or do you think that's necessary to be able to solicit the responses we're looking for?
Okay, so first off, let me clarify that Rob was a foot-thick cement basement ceiling and 2 rooms away from us. And I was talking with the energy that was with him and asking questions, and then I was responding verbally to that energy, and then all of a sudden Rob would repeat the words that I was receiving. So it was me saying it and then Rob saying what he was hearing in the Estes method. And so a lot of times, and I think we brought this up last time, that if you are reading something and it says yellow bun and fellow Hun or whatever, and whatever it is that you're hearing and reading at the same time, you might expressly then understand it to say. But when you're doing this, the person with the Estes, with the headphones and the SB7, they have no idea what you're asking. they don't know the questions that are being presented to the energies. So if you ask, what color is the sky? And they go pink. Okay. Who died yesterday? Joe. Oh, they're giving you answers that, again, we may not completely understand, but when I'm doing it, the difference is that I'm talking to the energies and then I am hearing them. That was what was so poignant about that night, was talking to the gentleman that was there with Rob, asking him to touch him, getting the messages, and then repeat. I was answering the question, but then Rob was answering the question. When I said, oh, you've been there long, you drowned, and then Rob repeats what he says, it was like, what? Oh my God. It was crazy because there's no way he heard anything that we were talking about up there. We were talking quietly. We were just talking like
you know what struck me, and when we get the edited episode up for people to watch, they'll see this, but there were a couple moments in that session that really struck me, and one of them was when you said, because Rob was starting to freak out a little bit. He's like, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I feel like something's touching me. I feel like there's, some presence behind me I don't like. And you said, Rob is protected in a white light. You went through that whole thing. And Rob couldn't hear any of that. As you pointed out, he was a floor below you. He was concrete walls, and he had noise canceling headphones on, pitch black. He's listening to noise in his ears through the SB11, I think we're using. But either way, and he says, after you say Rob is protected in the white light, and you may have said of Christ, I'm not sure exactly, I don't remember, and Rob's, what he heard in that thing was turn the light out or something along those lines. Do you remember that?
It was so crazy. Yes. And there's no
reason for that to be said other than in response to what you were saying at that moment. That was freaky.
Oh my God. Yes. And I was standing in front of him and this thing came up behind me and I went, oh, somebody just touched my back. And then Rob says, I'm touching your back. And I was like,
yeah, that's right.
Oh my God. And I'm like, it's my back, Rob. It's not your back. It's okay. You're fine. It's talking to me. It was the craziest. It was so awesome.
There were a few instances in that, and we probably did it for 40 minutes. And there were a few times where we're like, what? Vax, who is James, was sitting next to you and he's like,
we both were.
He's like, I don't believe this is happening right now. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was great. Wait till you guys see it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And
Britt,
I want to warn people, it doesn't always happen that way. I mean, sometimes you go through an hour or 2 hours and you don't get anything. So remember that. It's
Nothing
not on
happens.
demand.
Yeah.
It's not on command. But
so
that
cool.
one was great. That one was excellent.
And then you get done with that, and then you go back to your hotel room and you're listening to the audio and watching the video, and your ears are bleeding and your eyes are, bugging out, and it's like, oh my God, for that one little thing to happen, that one little bloop bloop bloop, that gives you the adrenaline rush that makes you keep going back for more. Yeah, hours and hours and hours of tedious boredom spiked with sheer insanity.
Heather said that Rob said it seemed like it was 10 hours there. It did seem like a long time. It was like 40 minutes almost exactly. And even to us, we felt like, man, he's been down there a long time. And he was starting to freak out. Are you hiccuping, Rebecca?
I am. I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. I'm like Tom and Jerry. I had a little too much to drink tonight, I think.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Anyway, so Rob was hearing. I think he kept hearing murder in
yes.
And he's like, I'm getting really uncomfortable here. So Scotty and I ran down and pulled him out of there. But yeah, that was a great session. There's a lot of people in both YouTube and Twitch, and I know we've got some folks on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, head over to YouTube or Twitch and follow one of those, or maybe both, so that you can be part of these live investigations. Because while we're having fun tonight, just chatting, Rebecca does gallery readings on the Twitch channel, and I think you were on YouTube last time as well. And I do some interviews. Britt's going to be doing some tech talk stuff, but the real focus of what we're doing is the live investigations, and you won't see them on Facebook. So you need to go to YouTube or Twitch or both and follow and subscribe there so you can be part of the live investigations. Because not only are they live, but they are guided by you. You guys are going to be telling us what to do. And like last time, do you remember, Rebecca? Chat was catching things that we weren't seeing.
Yeah,
and
they were
directing
seeing
us.
things behind us. They were seeing, even when I was seeing things, when Rob was in the basement, I'm like, I would say to Vex, somebody is behind Rob. The chat room was also seeing these things, and behind you and Scotty when you were upstairs. And I think the chat members are very important to things because the digital aspect of what is being picked up is sometimes very different than what it is when you're sitting right there. So it's so important to have viewers in the chat helping us.
And here's the other thing that is kind of important part of this. I don't know about Rebecca and JV, but at night I doom scroll when I'm going to sleep, and not Twitch, but TikTok or Reels or whatever. I doom scroll, and because I'm in the paranormal algorithm, I get all these, especially Friday and Saturday nights, these people out in cemeteries or in buildings, whatever. But it's just their camera, it's their phone, and they're doing their thing, and it's like Blair Witch all over the place. What we're doing that's different is we're going to have probably 16 different DVR cameras that we're going to be able to cut to, static cameras. We have a cameraman that is wireless. We spent a lot of money on wireless transmitters so that he's going to be following us. So you're going to get to see it live. It's not going to be one camera. It's going to be we have an actual cameraman that is filming us. Then we have the static cams that whoever's running the board, which is most of the time Vax, can cut to, so you can see us, run around like little girls scared crazy, But yeah, this is literally like watching Ghost Hunters Halloween live episode. But we figured out. Well, we didn't figure it out. We spent a lot of money, and we figured it out how to do this on almost. We're shooting for like an every other week. We want to do a new investigation. So almost it's like we're going to do an investigation. Then sometime in the middle of that week, we're going to do a Tech Talk Q&A gallery reading, which will be streamed also wherever we're at. And then the following weekend, we kind of take it off. We do some other research stuff, etc. We're reviewing the audio. We're editing together the final product, the final episode type thing. And then we get that out the middle of next week, and then boom, we're right into the next live investigation, and rinse and repeat. Is that right? It was a wash and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And that's what we want to do. So it's going to be it's different than just watching the guys that are on the TikToks and the Facebook streams and whatnot. That it's just their camera and it's like blah blah blah, and it's all this craziness. We want you guys. We want you to feel like you're with us. That you get to watch us creep down that hallway when we hear a crazy sound. You get to watch us get attacked by a coyote, in some tunnel of some mental institution or something, or some crazy thing comes. We want you there with us live. The reality is we could die, and we just don't know. We won't know.
We could,
and you won't know until it happens. Because right now, when you watch these shows, that particularly when they're on network, if an investigator got wiped out, you would hear about it on the news. It'd be a big thing. So it's, this is literally live, and who knows what can happen. And my God, if we have that come to Jesus moment, if we get to actually have the book for the recently departed put in our hands live on our stream, you guys will be right there with us. So that's where we're going with this. We just the technology knowledge between JV, myself, Vax, and Tyler is pretty high. We invested a bunch of money to bring this to you guys, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. And we do. We literally want you guys to help guide us if you guys see something. And as we move along, we're going to invest in more and do better. And, maybe we'll get to a point where, we'll get to bring out some lucky watchers. They can come out and investigate with us. And, JV has a huge connection into the horror world from all the Scaricon conventions that he did that, maybe we'll be able to get the original Jason out to investigate with us, or the latest Scream Queen, or, whoever. So it's going to be fun. And this is what we're hoping to do. And, and honestly, most of this is going, how do I say this? Basically, we are fronting the energy and the money up front to get it rolling. And then where this goes and how big it gets and how many people we can involve in it will really depend on you guys watching us and supporting us. And, and we know that, times are tough right now for some people, and we get that, but your eyeballs help. Subscribe, like, watch, because there's ad revenue, and all that money we're piling right back into this thing. And and at some point we're hoping, JV and I were laughing the other day about how much equipment we already have. We're literally going to have a mystery machine pulling a trailer going from town to town. We have so much shit to get around the country. It's insane. So much. But And the thing is that we love doing this. I love the technical aspect. I love the figuring it out, making it happen, inventing the new thing, finding the new. You know what's cool is I'm hoping that it'll get back to like when I was on Ghost Hunters. There were so many little garage engineers, I called them, tweaking on something, figuring something out, making a new ghost gadget thing, and then they reach out and we get to field test it. And I'm hoping that all of that comes back and we can really try some cool stuff. And then we get the answer to what happens when we cross over. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. What happens when we cross over? I don't know, but maybe one day we'll know.
Can I ask a question, Britt? During that that monologue you just had for us here, which was really nice, by the way.
Yes.
Did you say something about us dying? Did I hear that correctly?
We could die.
Yes. I didn't, because I'm not sure I signed up for that.
Then don't go in the tunnels alone. Look, I'm telling you, when we're able to get into some of these bigger mental institutions, like when we did Norwich Mental Institution, there was 27 buildings or something like that on 144 acres, and they were all connected by tunnels. And Jay had the brilliant idea of putting this camera on my head and said, "Hey, let's send Britt off alone in the tunnels. We'll give him a radio so that he can communicate if he gets in trouble." And I was 10 feet into that tunnel, and whoop, no more radio. But I still went and did it. So if I ran across a pack of wild hyenas, I would have been done. But now these people get to go with us. So yes, the reality is yes, we could die doing this. We don't want to die. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to do it, because if I die, JV, doing this, I'm going to haunt you like a mother effer.
Don't blame me. I never mentioned dying. You're the one that brought that whole thing up. You just jinxed us, I think.
No, I'm not doing that. I won't. I'm not going into any tunnel by myself. Do you guys understand? It's true. Sometimes if I were not sensitive to anything, which I wish a lot of times that I didn't feel anything, so that I could just go into really terrifying places and not feel anything and just be like, there's nothing here. But because I'm feeling everything, do you realize the breakdown I would have in a tunnel? It would be so bad. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to be in a dark, claustrophobic tunnel in a psych hospital. I don't think I could do it. Yeah. Just doing that gives me a panic attack.
Yeah, I'm too dense to know the difference, so I did it. And to answer Randall Flagg's question in, what is this, YouTube chat, Kane Hodders actually has his own paranormal team and actually does this when he's not, making horror movies and whatnot and killing people. He's actually looking for their spirits after he's killed them and trying to communicate. So, yeah, Kane Hodder, I would love to have Kane Hodders out. That would be amazing. He might make it. I've already spoken
to Kane about this, and I haven't, we certainly haven't picked any dates, but he's interested. And when we get there, I know, Vic, I was looking for the button myself.
Twitch.tv.
Did I say whatnot?
Reality TV. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you did say whatnot. Well, I'm sorry, Rebecca, what was that?
TikTok. I was just telling them where we were.
Oh, gotcha.
To come on.
So I've reached out to people like Kane and some others. They're all friends of mine, and there's a lot of interest in doing this. Their schedules are crazy, particularly with all the conventions they do. But we'll figure it out. We'll get some of these folks with us, and it's going to be a lot of fun when we do. I'm looking forward to that. I need to ask you, Rebecca. I said to Britt, you jinxed us. Is there such a thing? You're in tune with all that stuff. Is there such a thing as being jinxed?
I joke around with that kind of stuff, but I do think that there's some kind of glitches that we can do. Like if someone goes, "Wow, have you ever done that before?" And you're like, "No, I've never done that. I've never cut myself." You just screwed yourself, because now you're going to cut yourself. So I always tell people, don't ever say never, because the universe will find a way to fit that into your world. But I'm watching people's comments and stuff, and I guess I want to have faith. So for TikTok people, it's twitch.tv/paranormal reality TV. Go watch. You'll see Britt, JV, myself. But I would hope that our viewers care enough about our livelihoods that they don't put us into dangerous situations. Like, Britt, climb down into the well. It might collapse on you, but we're up for some ratings.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. Sorry. I'm going to say this front and center before you answer, Britt. We will have discretion over stupid things versus not stupid things. If you ask us to do something stupid in the sense that it's dangerous, we probably won't do it. Just so you know.
Correct.
Britt might. Yeah. I'm certainly not.
I mean, if there's a reason to go, I will go for the most part. But Rebecca, did you not watch Running Man or The Elysium or Hunger Games? Yes, they're going to send us off to die. The people want to watch us die. I mean, people are entertained. We'll get the best ratings. Yes.
Yep.
So
you're right. But I will
so
not.
So what we got to do is we have to have a uniform code that we're going to wear. That
a safe
word? There's one specific.
We have a safe
no,
word.
No, there's
pineapple
one.
Pineapple butt.
No, it's more like
pineapple butt.
It's more like.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, pineapple butt. What does that mean?
Pineapple butt. I'm seeing pineapple butts. Then we know it's time to go and save that person.
We need to have the guest investigators wear the red shirt. So we never wear red. Only the guest investigators wear red. And then they're the ones that die in the episode. That's a Star Trek. That's a Star Trek.
That's right. The red shirts. That's right.
The red shirts. They were the ones that always died.
Pineapple butt. All right,
so that will be the
pineapple butt is our officially our safe word. It's kind of a phrase. So that's officially our safe phrase. Remember that.
Pineapple butt.
And that will be on a T-shirt soon.
Don't make me laugh so hard.
When we're investigating, I'm just going to randomly say pineapple butt.
But don't. Hey, that's like the boy who cried wolf. Don't do that unless
what is it in a 40-year-old virgin when he's getting his chest shaved? What does he yell out?
Oh.
What does he yell out when he gets getting his chest shaved? Come on, guys, viewers.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Cindy Brady or Marsha. What does he yell out when he's
Brady? Speaking of Marsha Brady, we are talking to Cindy Brady, Susan Olsen, about coming and investigating with us. Yes,
she's got to do it. I'm not going to geek out at all if she's on the show.
She has had,
but she has to.
Clarkson, that's it. Kelly Clarkson.
He yells Kelly Clarkson.
That's right, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Vic,
what
people know. Sue.
But Cindy Brady has to bring the Hawaiian totem.
Oh man.
Yes, got to bring the Hawaiian totem.
I just want to sit next to her. I'm not going to geek out at all.
They did a whole episode with her lisp, didn't they? Didn't they do like a whole episode?
I'm not going to even get psyched out at all about that at all.
Well, she's had her own paranormal experience, and it was quite traumatic for her. She was on my interview program a few years back and was telling us about it. She was actually raped by a ghost, legit.
I can't wait to be on with it.
So she's got a history when it comes to paranormal activity. So she's a little skittish about it, but yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
The first ghost show movie I ever watched was The Entity?
The Entity. There's a rape scene.
That freaked me the F out.
Yeah.
And then I find out it's all based on true stories.
I was 11 when I was watching that. 10, 11.
Was it the early 80s? You're better at this than I am, or we are apparently.
I think it was
like
84.
84.
Yeah,
I was like 10 or 11
right?
watching a woman being raped by a ghost.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, that was that movie freaked me out, and then the college got involved, and they did that big freezing thing. And,
82,
which maybe we recreate that.
Yes,
yeah,
no.
So Barbara Hershey, who starred in that film, I think I still have her number.
Barbara Hershey. Mm-hmm. You know, I often wonder about people who do these shows that are so paranormal and the energy that they put into the making of it, if that's what contributes to, let's say, Poltergeist, where how many people died and how many people perform in these other scary movies, and then all of a sudden they come down with health issues or multiple people that on the crew die. I often wonder about that when they're bringing these crazy energies to the make-believe filming of it. And then all of a sudden they're all like, oh, they just keep dying over and over again. If it has anything to do with what they bring to the set. Like, look at Heath Ledger when he was doing the darkest part of, although it was fictional about the Joker, he brought a lot of darkness into his role. I wonder if when people bring a lot of the dark energy into their role to complete it, if they are also contributing to whatever else they succumb to. It's pretty interesting. I never want to do a role like that. Knock on wood.
Yeah. I just want to comment. Stone Hobbit says that they shared an experience of being raped by an unseen and then someone said about that movie, went and look, and wow, it shook me. Eventually I went looking for the whats and whys. That's not an experience that will leave you unmarked for sure. You know, I don't know how common it is, Rebecca. You know, it's one of those where it kind of makes us all scratch our heads because it's just such a bizarre circumstance. But I've heard several people who've gone through that. So I don't know, not sure what to think about it. Is it necessarily something malicious, Rebecca? Or is it just a over-aggressive admirer from the spirit world?
Well, in the movie, that is based on a true story, and that is a human energy that was doing that to her, that he was empowered repeatedly by her terror. But then you're also dealing with folklore and such when you're dealing with a succubus and you're dealing with all these other demonic energies that are on a different level. They're not human, but they're either demonic or celestial, and they come in and take advantage of human energies. I can tell you that no matter how much you may beg them to do this, or that you may ask them to come take advantage of you, they're not going to do it. You have to be around the right elements and energies that have this ability for it to happen. But you could ask for it every night and it's not going to happen. You have to be within that area. And after, you know, if you ever have watched The Entity, the truth of the matter is when that movie came out, she had left her home and moved with her children elsewhere, and it stopped and ceased for a while, and eventually it ramped back up again to this raping thing. So this thing was attached to her somehow, and it followed her. And I don't know as of now what's going on, but when the movie was filmed, they followed up with her, and it had followed her to her new home. So I do know attachments can be bad. I do know that I get choked at night. So they can touch, they can do a lot based on what they're trying to get your attention for. I'd love to speak to Susan Olsen about that experience, though.
Yeah, well, we'll have a chance. You'll have a chance for sure. We'll get her. Even if I'm thinking we can get her to investigate with us, but if not, we'll have her on a program. We'll just
Susan, if you're watching, just do it because we all freaking love you, girl.
Yeah, we do. She's great. I do want to thank Hands in the Garden. For the 3-month or the Prime subscription. Thank you for that. And Disastrous Little Me, thank you for giving out the gift sub. Thanks for doing that. If you are wondering what I'm talking about, that's from Twitch. You can go to Twitch and you can subscribe. It's a paid subscription, and it helps us do all these things we're doing. Believe me, as Britt pointed out, traveling around the country doing investigations is not an inexpensive endeavor. It takes. Are you just trying to have them listen to me? Is that what you're doing?
No, I wanted to show TikTok that they have to get on here. I was showing them all the stuff that you've got on there.
Gotcha. So it helps us do all of this. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for absolutely no fee. You just link your Prime account and we get the same credit as we would under any other circumstances. The only difference is that you've got to renew it each month because it only lasts for a month. Then you jump in and renew it and do the same exact thing. So thank you to everybody who's done that. Our subscription base is growing nicely. We're going to, as the numbers grow on the subscriber base, we're going to have special programming, special content for subscribers only. We're looking forward to being able to do that. I know Britt is going to be wearing a Speedo in one of those produced videos.
Yes, he is. It's leopard print.
Leopard print
it is
Speedo.
Thong
also known
Speedo.
as a banana hammock.
That's right, the banana hammock.
And then we also have assless leather chaps for JV.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's going to be nice. That's going to be nice.
And if you pledge, and if you super chat enough, we will allow you at the next event to spank JB in his office.
Wait a minute. I think we probably should have a conversation about that first, please.
We just did. We just did.
You just.
But for followers and subscribers, we are working on getting the whole thing done so that one of those subscribers is going to be able to investigate live with us, and we're all expenses paid trip to investigate with us. For subscribers, you're going to be entered into that drawing.
That's right.
We're trying to find out.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, we're going to be giving away an opportunity. We're going to pay all expense paid trip to come investigate with us at an investigation. We're going to try to do it around Halloween. We haven't figured out how to do it, the giveaway yet, though. We got to figure that part out. How are we going to do that?
Yeah, there's some legalese that we have to tap dance through, so that might require a lawyer.
Yep. So just make sure you're subbing. Make sure you're subscribing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you subscribe now, you'll be in that pool regardless. And then because we'll probably tie it to subscriptions in some way, but we have to figure out the mechanism. We'll get there. We'll get there for sure.
We're getting there. But you will know ahead of time for planning purposes. We will let you know ahead of time and enough time to be able to plan.
Oh, I know what I want to talk about. What?
Hey, JV, what's happening next week? We're investigating.
We are investigating.
It's finally here.
Excited.
How long have we been?
Let me just say this. After the Rock Island investigation, which Britt, you couldn't join us in that one, and it was the first one, Rebecca and I were so charged up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And we had a place scheduled for March, and I can't even remember what happened, but everything fell through. And then we tried to squeeze something in, and we just couldn't make it happen. So it's been 6 weeks, and believe me, it's hurt us as much as it's hurt anybody who's been wanting to see these live investigations. We have been so frustrated that we haven't been able to do this. But now with this one coming up next week, we're going to start. The ball will start rolling. We're going to get 1, 2, 3 a month going, as many as we can.
Hopefully,
as many as we can.
Yeah, once we ramp up.
Because these live investigations are cool. They're a lot of fun to watch, and they're a lot of fun to do. So, we're anxious.
On top of all the fun things that we do between it and the, the live aspects of the galleries and then whatever else we're doing, there's going to be so much going on. It's just putting it all together. It was just, not all of us.
This is going to be my first major investigation since I left Ghost Hunters.
Oh, man, that's been a while.
So exciting,
for you,
isn't it?
Been a long time.
Yeah, I have the Jones back. I have the fire back, the desire, the I forgot how much fun this was. I forgot how much just looking at equipment and figuring out what's going to work and little experiments that we're going to try and do new stuff. And I can't wait. I'm so excited for this. And again, the other really cool thing for me is I get to do it with my kid. I get to bring my son out. JV's got his kid out there. Rebecca, your kid's going to be in and out because he got a job because someone had to be responsible.
Yeah, he got a job because he's being stupid and responsible. So it's killing him. It really is because he's so torn. He's so torn. He wants to be there, but he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you're going to work for the rest of your life. He's like, don't play that with me. All right,
it's true. So. No, it's true.
That's true.
I mean, whatever. You can't tell.
I'll believe me. I've had that whole devil's advocate. You can't. But I can't say a word.
I did the same thing. I got a job right out of college. I was in a band. We were doing really well. The band wanted to go to New York and start a tour, and I'm like, I can't. I gotta work. I got a job, and I regret that to this day that I didn't go off with that band for at least a year and just do it before I entered the working world for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of that knowledge comes with age, which is why I do not understand why God wastes youth on the young. Because my God, if I knew what I knew now in my 20s, so many different decisions I would have made.
Oh, you're telling me. Yeah, I would have just. I don't even know what I would be doing right now. I'm not going to talk about it on air though.
we are working on Rolling Hills. I've talked to Sharon a couple times, and we're definitely working on that. It'd be a great place for us to investigate. So I'm hoping we can make that happen.
And that's a great question to articulate to our audience, to talk to our audience about the kind of places we're really looking for. We're not looking for the big, overly investigated locations like the Waverly Hills or the the Stanley Hotel. Or we are literally looking for kind of new stuff that's off the beaten path that the TV shows won't go to for whatever reason. Places that are not that well known. We want to go and explore those places that where we're kind of treading new water. Hopefully, blazing new trails. Blazing new trails. Hey, words are my second language, people. Just because we're on a different show doesn't mean it changed.
Yeah.
All those people thinking it was a shtick. It ain't a shtick.
No, and all we want is a place that's haunted with internet.
With internet. Right. And so here's another thing for those that are listening, the people in the audience, because our numbers are bigger than they were when we did this last time. If you go to our website, paranormalrealitytv.com, and you go to you look at the top of the bar where all the little buttons are, all the little drop down menus are. There's one that says to suggest a haunted location. If you have a place in mind that's in your area, and it doesn't have to be Waverly Sanitarium or anything like that. It can just be like a little a little temple down the road. I was trying to say Masonic, but Messianic. How do you say that word?
Masonic.
What is it? Masonic, thank you. Like it can be little. I mean, we don't want to. I mean, honestly, we can't do a 1-bedroom hotel room. I'm sorry, that just is too. But so it has to be a little bit big, but like a full size house or bigger. But go to our website and if you got stuff, drop the info so we can start looking into it. Because we want to go all over and we want to go to places. And right now we're kind of starting off with more of the businesses, commercial area until we get our sea legs under us, so we get this all figured out. But ideally, at some point, we do want to start doing homes where we're literally helping families that are in need. So we want to get there, but we're not going to do that right off the bat because we're still figuring this out, and we don't want to give people bad info or make someone's situation worse because we're not on our A game that night for some reason.
Did you guys see this?
No.
Paranormal.
Oh yeah.
Reality TV coffee mug.
That's
yes,
great.
we're going to be drinking a lot of coffee.
So
it'd be good to have one of those.
I'm going to put this link up here because it's too difficult to tell you what the link is. But if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to the link for these and these.
Love it.
And it's helped support the show. Yes.
There we go.
So
if I were to put that on, it'd be like a crop top on me right now. I need to lose some weight bad.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get both of those.
It'll be like jean cutoff shorts and a crop top on me.
Please no. If you ever show
wearing crop.
So let's figure this out. So wait. So when I get out there, I'm going to be out there really late on Wednesday. And then Thursday, the 13th, for everyone who is interested, we are going to be at the B-Side Ballroom, all three of us. And there are tickets for an event there at that event. If you want to come and see any of the stuff, plus I'm going to be doing a gallery there at the B-Side Ballroom, correct?
See,
I'm sorry. We just had a super chat from a good friend, Big Hair Tsunami, who is a friend who had supported Beyond Reality when I was doing Beyond Reality. Thank you so much for coming and showing your support here too. Miss seeing you, miss doing that show, but I'm more excited about doing this one. So thanks for that super chat. Really, really appreciated, Big Hair Tsunami. Yes, the name of the place is the B-Side Ballroom and Supper Club. That's kind of a misleading name because it's not a ballroom or a supper club. It's a bar, restaurant with a stage. And Thursday night I think there are a few tickets left. I know they're selling quickly, and I'm trying to think of the best way to.
We're all going to be there.
Yeah, we'll all be there. That's right.
Yeah, we'll all be there.
I'm gonna you talk a little bit more about Rebecca. I'm gonna find a link and I'm gonna throw it in the chats.
Yep. So we're going to, the three of us are going to be up. We're going to be talking about our events. We're going to be talking and just sharing and answering questions and doing our thing. And then there will be a gallery where I'm going to be reading the audience and doing what I do for a living. And it is going to be a super fun event. And I think it's like from 6 to 8. And then we are probably, I would assume, from 8 on, just going to be hanging out and chatting and talking and hanging out with people, I'm assuming. So it is going to be an all... Right. And well, maybe we might be, but we're just going to have a super, no. You're on California time. So there's like 3 hours.
That doesn't stop.
You'll have 3 hours on us, Britt.
It doesn't stop me.
Okay.
I like my pillows.
It is going to be in Oneonta, New York for for TikTok people, it's in Oneonta, New York, at the B-Side Ballroom. And what time does it start, JV? What time are we getting started on this? Because I know the gallery's at 6.
I don't even remember.
Okay, if y'all get there at 4 o'clock, you get some dinner, you do your thing at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then we're going to be doing our thing. And then from 6 to 8 is the gallery. And then after that, it's going to be free for all, asking questions, hanging out with you guys, having super fun. JV, myself, and Britt. And we're just going to have super fun, let our hair down, because God knows we need it. We have been nose to the grindstone. How about it, guys? Like anxiety, trying to get everything booked, these dates, that day. I don't know how many times, how many people we have been on the phone with, how many business owners. What the hell was that?
It sounds like JV's siren.
No, it's not. It's not my siren. It does sound like it, but it's not. I'm putting the links to tickets in the chats, by the way.
Okay. So we're just going to have a blast. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And it's in New York.
Fun times. And you know what's funny, Rebecca? The anxiety is starting to lull for this particular month because we've kind of got everything in place. But no, the anxiety is going right back up because we're looking at May right now and trying to figure that one out. And we're trying to pull that together.
Constant. Trying to find businesses that are not like, we want to charge you $8,000 to come investigate for our one ghost. That's not going to happen. We're not going to do that. We're going to bring millions of viewers to your home or your business. And so we're looking for places that are little known, that you're trying to figure out what's going on here. This is the history. This is what's the cases. This is what we think has happened here. Can you tell us more? And then if you're looking for anything more substantial in the future, then we could probably bring that to you with the viewership that we have. But we're not paying thousands of dollars to walk into an establishment to help you figure out what's there and then help you in the future gain business.
Yeah.
So we will come in and do it for free. Like most people should, is do it for free. We're not charging you to come in and do this work for you. At least I'm not. So
yeah, I'm not charging nothing.
Exactly.
Spending money to be there.
Exactly. You're getting a huge amount of talent there.
And here's the other thing that's going to happen that JV, I, and Rebecca were talking about, because this particular investigation and gallery reading, it was already kind of set, and we're on top of it. But the next one, the one in May, we are going to find a place. We are going to hopefully do a gallery reading, but I am going to be I'm revamping my tech lecture that I used to do for Beyond Reality events. And every other event I went to. And I'm redoing it in a way where JV and I will be doing, just talking about the equipment, showing evidence, talking about the evidence. Then we're going to roll that into a little Q&A. We'll talk about our last investigation, talk about what we're doing, and then it'll roll into Rebecca's gallery reading. So, it'll be 3.5 hours worth of entertainment for y'all, all surrounding the paranormal stuff. And then the following day or 2 days later, we go into the live investigation that you get to watch. We're also talking about, are we attempting to stream this one?
Yeah, we didn't want to say that. We didn't want to say that because we wanted to.
So we can't say that we're going to
buy tickets.
Well, but I'm sorry, but people are not going to. If you're in the area, you're going to spend. How much do tickets cost, Rebecca? What are the tickets costing? $5 million?
I think $42. $35.
I'm not a 35. I'm not.
Okay.
The B-side is putting it all together.
Right, so it's like
sure
$35. If you're in the area, spend the $35 because in person is when you get read. But we're going to live stream it. You can watch it on the live stream because you're in Timbuktu, Mississippi, or Butte, Montana, or something. You can tune in and watch and then when we get the tech lecture going, you can learn about the equipment that we're using and why we use it and the evidence that we're going to go over and, hash out and dissect and whatnot. Yeah, you can do that on the stream. But, the reality is, I'm sorry, coming to the event live is the way to go because you get to see me in person. And I am really, really funny when you're drunk. The drunker you are, the funnier I am. And it's amazing. I'm just saying. It was worth coming in person. So... really, in chat. If you were local to it, would you spend the $35 to come do it in person, or would you sit at home?
I would.
Unless you had a health issue, I get it. But or would you sit at home and watch it on a stream? I mean, it's better in person, right? Come on.
I paid $42 for 2 people to go to a comedy club last night that I went to by myself. I paid for a table for 2. Yes, it was hilarious. I paid for a table for 2 and went by myself just so I could go and sit and laugh at somebody and their jokes for the night. I just needed to go laugh, so I went by myself. I know, and people were staring at me like, is she really by herself at a comedy club? Like, they couldn't get it past the fact that I was sitting by myself, and I'm like, I'm by myself, leave me alone.
Yes.
Stop staring at me.
So
I'm taking my dead grandma. Leave me alone.
I had a little poll going in the Twitch chat, because you can do that there. And the question was, tunnels yes or tunnels no, basically, from the conversation we were having earlier about tunnels. And 80% said yes. 80% said, yeah, I'd do the tunnels.
Most people will go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and if you want to go, you know, if you go the TV version of Alone, that's you and a cameraman and a production guy and a producer.
Exactly.
So you're not really alone.
Right.
Unless you're me. I got sent off alone. I think it was because they were tired of me, meaning the team. But fuck them. Anyways. Yeah, don't get me started. This is why, this is why I won't. I can't.
I didn't say a thing about it.
I can't drink at the events because my filter will go away.
I become more fun when I have a drink, so I become less doctor and more Becky.
Becky, this one time at
pineapple
band
butt, pineapple butt, pineapple butt,
pineapple butt.
There we go. All right.
All right, so one more time, just reminding everybody that one of the reasons we're doing this tonight is we have a lot of people on Facebook that follow our pages there, which thank you for doing that. But you're not going to see the live investigations on Facebook, so you need to go to either Twitch or YouTube and follow or subscribe there. Twitch is just twitch.tv/paranormal reality TV, and YouTube is youtube.com/@paranormal reality TV. And follow or subscribe. And that way you'll know. Click the notification thing too, because that way you'll know when we go live and you'll be able to catch those live investigations, which we've got a week from tonight. We'll be in our second night of investigating an awesome location live for you. So looking forward to that. So much fun. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Tinfoil hats. For those who need tinfoil hats, is there any particular design trick to make them work more effectively? Because I've seen a lot of them that now have this kind of phallic-looking thing coming off the front. I was watching something on TV today, and the person had that. And I don't know if the phallic thing has anything to do with actually protecting you from whatever forces you're trying to protect yourself from, or is nothing to that? Okay, just wanted to know.
Are you sure you weren't watching Cinemax late at night?
No, I was not watching
Cinemax adults only.
No, I was not.
After midnight.
Okay, just checking. I mean, what's your search engine look like?
Definitely not. No. I just wondered if there's any method to designing yourself a tinfoil hat, if there's a way that helps deflect those energies in a better way than another design might. No?
I think it's funny that people actually try to do that and thinking that it's going to shield any of the telepathy or mind speak that actually happens. I don't know why people think that tinfoil does it. You know what's funny too is I received SB7 today in the mail for us, and in it said, in the directions it said that they have this specific bag that you can put the SB7 in, and it will block all radio frequencies so that it does not assume that a DJ or someone speaking on the radio frequency is an EVP, and it only pulls. And I'm like it's like a specific weird bag that I do not have, but it blocks.
It's a
Faraday.
It's a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes. There we go. It's a Faraday bag, and it blocks all. And I thought that I've never heard of that before. That is pretty cool, right? So maybe they need to put one of those on their heads.
Well, back when I owned radio stations, one of the problems we always had to deal with, because I've owned a lot of stations, have their transmitters at a different location than what the studio building is, and one of the reasons they do that, especially high-powered radio stations, those RF, that radio frequency is hitting that building so hard that it screws with all the electronics. And one of the stations I owned, that was the case. We had to deal with a transmitter on site and a tower on site, and the RF coming from that tower would make all our computers go wacky, would make anything that was electronic kind of unreliable. So we had to create Faraday cages. We had to build things for every device to protect it from those radio frequencies. So I'm very familiar
they've got
with that.
these bags they sell. They sell the bag.
Yeah.
They've been around. They've actually been around for a long time.
Yeah,
Faraday cage goes way back.
But in a lot of cases, we did simply use tinfoil. We simply used aluminum foil as a. What are you doing? What the hell is happening there?
That's how good of people on TikTok who are making. Kim Borders is making faces at me, and she was like, "Drink some wine," and
Listen,
she's like,
tell them
so
anybody that's on TikTok needs to get over to one of the live channels so they can participate and stop being losers over on TikTok. Man.
Right. Twitch.tv/paranormal reality TV. Yes. And apparently I have to start acting more like the doctor that I am. So I'm going to start
don't do that. No, I want Becky. I want to see fun Becky.
Right?
Not
me too.
Not stuffy doctor.
Thank you very much.
Well, unless we're role playing, then the studious doctor administering discipline to JV would be fun to watch.
Do I need to put my hair in a bun in that case?
Do you have a lab coat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nurse, come on,
Nurse
Brackett. Hold on. Come on, Nurse Brackett.
Okay, so that will be the next aspect of the filming when we do this week. I'll be lab coat, glasses.
Oh my God!
But we need.
Why do you have that?
We also need some Van Halen playing. So.
Oh my God!
Oh boy, I can't imagine.
I do strongly.
Pineapple butt.
I do strongly think we should. I strongly think. Oh my God!
Oh my God! So, that's it right there.
So I do some gaming streams, and my name on the game streams is Dr. Sausage Toe. So I was trying to get a Dr. Sausage Toe outfit together, and this is the beginning of it.
God.
That is so
hilarious.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say. I think I'm slightly oddly turned on a little bit.
Turned on.
Come on, Britt.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till he puts his rubber gloves on.
Oh my God! You guys need to get on the Twitch right now and check out JV.
Tally, this is Dr. Sausage Toe. I just went through the transformation. Oh my goodness, it hurts my nose. It's got a clip, and it actually really hurts.
I was going to say, Heather, he looks like Mario. I'm thinking, who's Princess Peach?
Yeah,
Britt.
Yeah,
Britt's Princess
Mario brother.
Peach over here.
I'm so
pineapple
what?
Pineapple butt alert. Pineapple butt.
Okay, we have totally degenerated into God knows what.
That hurts.
There's no more drinking.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. No more drinking before I yeah. Or more drinking. Maybe we need more drinking.
Yeah.
So funny. I think you should wear that, JV, when we do our investigation.
Oh, I'm sure you do think I should wear that when we do our investigations.
I think you should.
I'll put it in the bag. We'll see.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens.
What time is it for you guys?
10, 20? 10:20.
Oh, man, I'm fading hard right now. How the hell am I going to pull this off?
It's 7:20 for you.
I am so ready for bed.
Me too.
So ready for bed.
I think
and I fly in. You know what's crazy is I fly in. We fly into Philadelphia. Tyler and I, we leave Wednesday night at 6:50 p.m. We land in Philadelphia at 5:30 a.m. and then we got to drive 4 hours to upstate New York. How in the hell am I going to stay awake?
Oh, dude, I'm driving for 16 and a half hours on Wednesday. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, good point.
I'm by myself.
How are you doing that?
Driving. Yeah, 16 and a half hours.
But you can pull over and nap.
You can nap on the plane.
I'm not going to do that. I'm
the
driving.
whole way. You don't have to pull over.
I need people to talk to, or I will get road rage at all the dumb people on the road.
Yeah. Well, make sure you film it.
No, probably not a good idea. That's why I don't even put any identifiers on my car as to who I am. No QR codes, no nothing, because it's like
that is probably smart.
Wait, do most people put QR codes on their car? I know that's a new thing. Then,
if you're selling
for advertising when you're driving all the time, yes, they put stuff all over their car for where to go to websites. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Because I probably am not good at doing that. Not a good idea. No.
I'm not good at doing that.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Have we hashed this out enough?
Yeah. We pretty much have. Obviously, Britt needs to go night. So let's. I just want to one more time just remind folks we've got an investigation coming up next week, and Friday and Saturday night we'll be doing live investigations. But if you're on Facebook, you won't see them. You need to come to either Twitch or YouTube. Go to either of those locations and look for Paranormal Reality TV. The other thing is Thursday night before the investigations.
Pineapple butt t-shirts.
Yeah, we will get pineapple butt t-shirts done. Thursday night before the investigation, Rebecca's doing a live gallery reading in Oneonta, New York. It's the B-Side Ballroom and Supper Club. I did put the link in the chat. I'll do it one more time before we sign out here. There are some tickets still available, but there aren't many. So if you're in the upstate New York area and you want to attend a gallery reading with Rebecca, Britt and I will be there as well. We won't be reading, but we'll be streaming. We'll be doing some camera work while she does. Get a ticket and come join us Thursday night. What is the date? Does anybody know what the date of that is?
It's the 13th, I believe.
You're right. It is the 13th. So it's the 13th next week. So I'll put those links back in chat. But again, the most important thing you can do right now is leave Facebook for a minute, go to YouTube and or Twitch and follow Paranormal Reality TV and click the notification icons as well. Anything else?
It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. You guys...
I
just want to really reiterate and stress the fact that it is an amazing show. You guys are going to see the behind the scenes, everything that goes on from Twitch of how to produce a television show. You're a part of it. You see all of the slow stuff, all of the fun, all of the glitches, all of the problems, everything that goes on. And then eventually it will all be finished to a 1-hour program that you will see televised. But you get to help us. Your face comes up on the screen. You have the possibility of being shown to the world, to millions of viewers, as helping direct the show. So just get onto Twitch, subscribe, and become a part of the chat that when we go live, you will then be a part of the show. Yeah.
And you'll be guiding it. You'll be helping us. And anybody who was involved in the one we did a few weeks ago, well, I say a few, it was like 6 weeks ago now, actually, they were a big help to us as we were investigating. So with that, thank you to everybody for taking some time out of your Saturday night and joining us. Looking forward to next weekend a lot. We're really, really trying to bed to get this thing going. Yeah, for sure. Britt, any last words of wisdom from you, my friend?
Nope. I think it's just time to go. It's time to get on the plane and go.
Nope.
We're done. Go.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Rebecca, go get your bottle of wine. Continue where you left off. And, that's it. We'll see everybody. Well, actually, between now and then, just to remind folks, we will have a couple things going on the channel. So we won't be completely gone until next weekend. You'll see us on occasion, but either way. So, yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
Bye.
pineapple butts.